Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Print Storage here. We are taking a look at the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Onyx in the crystal black silica. This is one step under the fully loaded limited, and of course the 24 Crosstreks did get a redesign, updated platform, updated exterior, interior, update to the 2.5 liter engine, get a little bit more torque out of it, but that new front end really stands out. Onyx, aesthetically, you've got the yellow fog light surrounds with those LED fog lights. Get that larger hexagonal grille, that honeycomb grille, and we've got black metallic wings that lead off into your smaller, more angular, steering responsive LED headlights. And it's important to note all of the headlights in the Crosstreks, regardless of trim level, come with high beam assist. Great for highway travel. Now, you get a lot more cladding on it on the new 24s, but on the black, it's not quite, it doesn't stand out quite as much. Now, obviously, it's a little chilly out today, so it's covered in frost. Hope you guys like that aesthetic. We do get that 18-inch black alloy wheel. It's the same wheel as the Limited, just without a machined alloy face. We get those fender flares that lead into more cladding along the bottom of the body. But we have functional vents. We've got turn signals integrated into the mirror caps, and they're black painted mirror caps. We've got roof rails, a little bit thicker than the previous ones. You may be able to fit previous gen crossbars on it, but I can't guarantee that. You've got a snow roof, tilt and slide. Side profile is definitely sportier than the previous gen, and you do end up with 8.7 inches of minimum ground clearance on this, which is more than most half-ton pickups. So, of course, you get Subaru's full-time symmetrical all-wheel drive, best all-wheel drive system in the world. Rear three-quarter view, my favorite view. I love it. I love these new taillights. The back end of the Crosstrek is probably my favorite aesthetic portion of the exterior of the car. I really like the taillights. Fuel door tied to the driver door. If it's unlocked, it's open. Little pin shoots out when you lock it, locks in that hole. Unleaded, regular, 87. You're not going to necessarily see any benefits with premium. Run it if you want. Your mileage may vary, but it's not tuned to run on premium. Look at the rear of it. And of course, it is rear. On the Onyx, the strip between the taillights with the logo in it, that's black painted. Obviously on the black Crosstrek, that doesn't make a difference. We've got functional vents. Probably can't see the black paint through there. Camera might not pick it up, but that is functional. Onyx is also the first trim level where you get those backup sensors in the rear bumper, those little circles, and those will apply the brakes if things can hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. And we do also have that kind of integrated rear diffuser. Now, I have a lot of people say, oh, the Crosstrek's too small, won't fit stuff. There's a ton of room in here. And most people who tell me that haven't actually looked in one. As you can see, privacy cover is easy to remove, and it's just a telescopic piece, so you just fit it in there and you push, and then it just slides out. Simple. Handle hides everything from the top of the seats down. And this is the first trim level that you get the privacy cover in. We've got a halogen cargo light. That'll shut off when I close the hatch. We have grocery bag hooks in addition to cargo net hooks. They're tied together. And a hard mount physical tie down at the front there. We've got bottle holders, cup holders for tailgating in the sides. And underneath this false floor, you got spare tire with your spare tire tools jack, eye bolt for recovering other vehicles. Got a little nice mountain motif here with the Crosstrek on it. They've done a really nice job with the new Crosstrek. Definitely sportier. If you put them side by side with a 2018 through 2023, you will notice a difference. To go with the substantial cargo room, you have substantial second row room for passengers. Now, all of the cloth, light and dark two-tone in the Onyx with the yellow bolstering, and the camera isn't doing the yellow justice. It's much nicer in person. You get this caltrops pattern in it. I find that the cloth in the Onyx is very, very comfortable. I'd say it's on par with the Touring. I don't notice a difference in the quality. I like cloth seats myself. Fold down armrest with integrated cup holders. We've got USB A and C sockets for charging for people in the second row. Keep everyone connected on those longer trips. Matte back pocket. Only on the rear of the front passenger seat, not on the driver. Access to anchors. This is designed to be a step and is grippy. So if you're loading something up on the roof on crossbars, that's a much better place to step than here. And that's because the tire sits inside the fender. Driver door card, light and dark gray two-tone, soft touch armrest with contrast stitching, power window, a little bit of storage with a bottle holder, and child lock. Now it is a proximity key. The vehicle's already running, the key's in the vehicle. If I wanted to lock it and the vehicle shut off, all I have to do is touch these lines right here. Now, if I walk up and the key's in my pocket on my person within 46 inches to unlock it, I simply put my hand in the handle and it unlocks. Front door guard, soft touch on the side, soft touch armrest. You've got your window lock, your 4 power windows, just the fronts are auto. Power mirror adjustment. We've got a little bit more storage than the second row along with the bottle holder. Onyx is the first trim level with a power driver seat including lumbar, and it's the same cloth seating material up front as it is in the second row. Good headroom, good leg room, very, very comfortable. Now these seats are designed to reduce fatigue over long driving distances. That's something that Subaru worked really hard on. They are a significant change versus the previous seats. If you have a previous Crosstrek, I do recommend you try sitting in them. You get the aluminum pedal covers with the rubber grippies in this. This one just came in, still needs a detail, still needs the floor mats put in. On the inside, steering wheel, new style steering wheel, bottom right, heated steering wheel button. So it doesn't heat up here between the seam, but where you're supposed to keep your hand, it gets nice and toasty. Feels good. It's a little chilly outside. Right hand side, we've got our adaptive cruise control and our lane centering. Now both of those systems use these 3 black boxes here. Those are your color stereo EyeSight cameras. This new one here, this third one, that's a wide angle mono camera. And that increases your field, or the camera's field of view, which gives better visibility. It looks for pedestrians, cyclists, vehicles, and road lines. And visibility out of the Crosstrek, despite being a smaller car, and I mean, obviously you can't see out of the passenger window right now, or even out of these, but visibility overall is not bad. It's just frosty right now, but visibility is great. It's driving a small car. Adaptive cruise. Turned on, there's lines ahead of the Crosstrek there on the center screen. 4 bars all the way down to 1 bar, and I can change that. That's the follow distance. Press up to increase, press the down button here to decrease. And the bars are the distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you'll follow at if you catch up while using cruise control. So if you're going 110 kilometers an hour and you catch up behind someone going 100, at 4 bars, you'll slow down to 100 and follow them at 100 to 150 feet behind them, or 150 to 180 feet behind them, sorry. So plenty of distance. Lane centering, that means it's active. Gray lines there. If the cameras can see the road lines, they'll illuminate white on whichever side they can see, and it will then give you gentle steering input this way or this way to help take you through the corner, keep you centered. It's not hands-free. Don't take your hands off the wheel. It's not designed to work like that. We're not Tesla. Great driving it. I didn't think I'd like either of these systems. They're fantastic. Intelligent and sport drive mode. So intelligence, what it defaults to, that's for everyday driving. Sport, go faster sooner. Exactly what it sounds like. Left-hand side, Bluetooth and audio controls, volume controls, accept phone call, hang up, decline, or mute, issue voice command or access Siri or Google Assistant. This little toggle here used to be volume, but that now changes our small little screen up there. I'll show you that in a second. Switch between presets, switch from AM to FM to Bluetooth to USB, etc. So going through this on that small center display right above the Crosstrek there gives us different information depending on what we want to look at. Different pieces of info. You'll also notice that we have that yellow gold surround on the gauges. That's exclusive to the Onyx, just like that gold contrast stitching. Now, steering wheel adjustment, bottom left of the steering column, hook your thumb in, pull down, and we have both tilt and telescopic. So you can adjust it for drivers of varying heights, leg, and arm lengths. Trip reset, should you need to adjust it, is right behind your wiper stalk. Right there. So simply press it, and it switches between trip A and B. And if I press and hold, it zeroes it. So super easy to do that to keep track of your own mileage. Pull and hold towards yourself to use that. We twist the end of it to do the back. And I'll show you. We do use this same end of this toggle to clean the backup camera. 11.6 inches of touchscreen. Top portion, we've got what we're listening to. We've got widgets or gauges, and I can change those. I simply click, brings it up, and I change it to the same ones that I put in all the cars. And those, of course, can change. Weather is part of the 3-month satellite radio trial you get with most new Subarus, and then the Onyx is the first trim level where you get dual function X mode. So dual function X mode is like 4x4 low in a pickup. It's for really rough, extreme uphill, downhill, rough terrain. Only works up to 40 kilometers an hour. If you exceed 40 kilometers an hour, it kicks out. And you have to be going underneath or below 20 kilometers an hour to enable it. So simply touch, you can see snow and dirt, snow and dirt, deep snow and mud, deep snow and mud, deep snow mud. Also disables traction control to allow for excess wheel spin. Center portion, we've got radio, media, and phone. Pretty self-explanatory. Under apps, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, along with access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle is registered in your name. Settings, you can play with a lot of settings. So this doesn't have the premium audio system, but you can play with the audio, virtual bass, dynamic beat enhancer. I really like the customization ability of the stock stereo, and I think it sounds great, even without it being the name brand Harman Kardon. I guess it would help if I was able to hit the X. Make settings to the car, change, keyless entry system, water all doors, auto light sensor. There's lots of things you can change in this car to kind of make it yours. Access to the My Subaru app on the main screen, car info, shows you where power is being distributed. You can see my wheels are turned. See, they're going back straight now. Tilt and roll. Set maintenance reminders. You can turn off the display, valet mode, auto vehicle hold, vehicle dynamic control. We still have volume and tuning knobs. When I put it in reverse, backup camera pops up. Rear assist braking's on, parking sensors are on. You can see the top of the bumper there. Those orange lines move as I turn the steering wheel. And as I mentioned, you can clean it. It's got its own little, I don't want to call it a sprayer, but it's got kind of a drain over top of it. It's fantastic. I thought it was gimmicky. It works so well. Bottom portion, that's our home button. Takes us to the home screen. You can disable start stop. You can go into vehicle. You can change things, driving assistance, more settings. Hook up additional phones, 5 in total. You can set driver profiles. And then we have our climate controls. We've got our heated mirrors, back window, and windshield wiper deicers where the wipers sit right there. That's heated, all controlled from that. You can put defrost just to front. We have physical buttons for temperature, and it goes up and down in 0.5 degree increments. Or I click the screen, and I can drag, I can simply click, I sync it back together. It's super easy to do. Control where I want my airflow being directed. I've got big fan strength buttons. I can have it just focus on the front, or I can have it focus the entire cab, which is what I want. Turn on AC or off. AC isn't indicative of being cold. So if it's set to 28 degrees and AC's on, it's just helping move moisture around so you don't fog up. So if that comes on when you remote start it, don't get in the car and shut it off. The cold stuff that you're thinking of, max AC. There's a difference. Below that, USBs, USB A and C for charging. Sorry, I forgot the word there. Aux, 10-watt wireless charger. You can disable the wireless charger if you don't like it. And with the 10-watt fast chargers, your phone is going to get warm. That's normal. Don't worry. Now, if it gets smoking hot, that's completely different, but your phone is going to get warm. I drove around with my phone in there, and it did get warm. Automatic CVT with manual mode. So we do have these paddles to select our own manual gears. There's no shifting on here. You can't put it in there and shift up, down. It's all controlled from the paddles. They kept the heated seat switches from the previous gen, which I like. I like physical switches for the heated seat. If you leave these turned on and use the Subaru remote start through the My Subaru app, they will turn on as well. Park brake, foot on the brake and push down to shut it off. That's a blank switch. In Japan, Asia, maybe other parts of Europe, you do get a 360 camera on the Crosstreks. They use the same template for the center console and the dash, so the button's there, but it's blank. Here, we have a 12-volt power point, offset cup holders with drink raisers for short drinks, a little bit of storage, and then in the armrest itself, which is also soft touch, more contrast stitching, pretty deep storage. No power points in there, but there is a place to run a cord through. So that is an interesting, I don't want to call it an oversight, but I do think there should be a 12 volt in there. Up top, SOS and concierge / roadside. That's part of the 3-year trial to the connected services you get with most new Subarus. You've got your map lights. You've got your sunroof controls. Regular sized ice roof right now. And then, of course, the headliner is black in the Onyx, just like the Wilderness. I quite like it. I don't find it claustrophobic by any means. Got card / sunglass storage. Vanity mirror with light for both the driver and the passenger. And then these flip across and you can pull it out. Now, I didn't mention earlier, it is the 2.5 liter four-cylinder in the Onyx. This is the first trim level that gets the 2.5 liter. So you get 182 horsepower. It's a decent amount of jam in a small vehicle like this. Really peppy. I had the 2 liter myself, and I found that it was plenty. This is just better. So there you go. That's what it looks like. Looks like every other Subaru engine other than the turbocharged ones. And pretty much everything in yellow, like the brake fluid, washer fluid, oil, coolant, and dipstick. Yellow stuff is what the average consumer is going to touch. Your oil filter's right there. Easy access to the battery if you ever have to jump start it or charge it or change it out. And easy access to the air filter as well. And I just like to drop them. I don't like to put them down and push on the hood. Feels like I'm going to break it or dent it. I'll give you guys that quick 360 walk around of it at the end here. Sharp looking car. If you're looking for something car sized with car economy, but you deal with winter like we do, where you go off the beaten path, hiking, something like that, Crosstrek's definitely something to consider. They can handle pretty much anything you throw at them, so long as the room in them meets your needs. Thanks for watching my quick walkthrough of the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Onyx in the crystal black silica. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Print Storage. If you guys have any questions about this car behind me, any of the cars in our lineup, any of the tech, anything like that, put them in the comments below. I'm always looking to answer you guys' questions, making new content. If there's something you'd like to see in a future video, please put it in the comments as well, and I'll see if I can't accommodate. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.